All right, clap it up for Stephen Jones, man. He said, hey, I believe in Dak Prescott. He can win us the Super Bowl. He sounds like Jerry Jones just to a degree, but also, ladies and gentlemen, to look back into everything, he said priorities are for the Cowboys to pay Dak Prescott. But sometimes when you're dealing with these type of contracts, it takes a long time and all of that good stuff, right? So all I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Jones is not good of a salesman like Jerry, right? Because Jerry would at least put a whole bunch of other efforts in, but neither here nor there. I just look at it like this. Priorities, if you wanted to extend Dak Prescott, would have been before the free agency. You guys would have figured something out way before that time frame. Now, granted, if the Cowboys do decide to go ahead and get something going, it may be going all the way back to what James Slater said, and that's around August, right? And that will be the market already dried up. There will be a lot of angry fans saying that basically, hey, since he got the money, we better win the Super Bowl, that type of conversation. So you're still going to get the heat. I'm talking about the very much so. Tons of heat of criticism from some of the fan bases of this particular team about Dak Prescott contract heading into the season. So it would have been a whole lot better if the Cowboys were to say to themselves, we going to pay Dak Prescott come hell and high water before the free agency, and we would have all of this money. We've been able to get this player if we needed. If we would have been able to get this running back if needed. We would have been able to get this safety or this cornerback, whatever you need. You would have been able to do that way before the draft and way before all of this stuff kind of like hit the fan, right? Of the negative connotations. But granted, on this long quote that my guy John Machota put out there, just check out his, I'm gonna retweet it or reshare it on my IG page. But he was saying basically the priority is to get Dak Prescott new contract done, is what Stephen Jones is saying. But I'm telling you guys, that should have been the first move, right? Not just Dak Prescott. It's going to be the first situation for CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons. Remember, we did numerous videos about how you can go ahead and make sure you pay the quarterback first, and it will be no issues when it's time to pay Trayvon Diggs. No issues when it's time to pay CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons and whoever else that you may have if you go ahead and take care of business. But by the Cowboys, slow footing around, it's become a real tangible problem for us now. Now, granted, I want to know from y'all, like, you know, is this a situation and scenario that you would say, hey, let's just play this out loud and let's see what the Cowboys look like when everything is done, and then you go into the ramifications of paying Dak Prescott? Because what will happen here, hey, the damage is already here. There's nothing more that you can do to increase cap space or help out X, Y, and Z things. You can just basically just wait for the season play out. And it will give us fans a sense of understanding of what we're supporting, because now you still have this divide, whereas people are saying that, hey, give Dak Prescott his money. Then there are people saying, hey, wait for after this season. So it's like a very much so sway of the opinions, and not saying that the fan base counts to win or losses of the game, but I guarantee you the way we feel, other players on this team feels the same way. They trying to say, okay, if this dude fighting for his bag and he's one of the better players on this team, and he got to go through this, what sense does it make for when it's time for me to go through it? I'm not Dak Prescott. I'm going to have to fight tooth and nail to stay here too, if they doing their best player like that. That's all I'm saying. So when you think of it, hey, Cowboys, get your priorities together, because I need to see CeeDee Lamb out there. We need to see CeeDee Lamb out there. Dak need to see CeeDee Lamb out there. And you need to give Micah Parsons time to come home. Yeah, Michael Parsons over here in Japan, China, everywhere, doing sumo stuff and throwing first pitches out. He's doing a whole other thing outside of being within the confines of the Cowboys, the star, or going on trips with the Cowboy players. You know what I mean? But I get it. But Dak Prescott, if that's the situation that they're saying that he's priority number one, well, who's priority 2 and 3? Because we need to figure out, because you already paid Terrence Steele, you already paid Trayvon Diggs, right? So we're trying to figure out when will the news hit for Dak Prescott contract to be all solidified and sold up, because that, my friend, should have been priority before the draft, right? If you really following me what I'm saying to you guys, right? That should have been the priority. Hey, post me your thoughts, Cowboy Nation. It just... Stephen Jones, he's trying to be like Jerry, right? Stirring up the pot, and he's out here talking. But it is what it is. Let me give a shout out to John Machota again and Mad Dog Radio for being able to book Stephen Jones to get him on their talk show or radio station to talk about how they feel about Dak Prescott. And he said that Dak Prescott, hey, he feels as if though he can win the Super Bowl. Well, that's not the question. We need teams to be able to be a complete team. Trent Dilfer got a Super Bowl ring. Eli Manning got a Super Bowl ring. We need for the quarterback to have the other pieces, just like they had, right? Brad Johnson got him a Super Bowl ring, so quite surely Dak Prescott can get him one, right? Come on, baby. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns. Baby, we about DC for life, not for short. Let's get it. Peace.